Hello everyone, welcome to Blazing Fire. You guys blazing?
Yes,
blazing.
And this is episode 2.
I hope you watched episode 1 and you clicked the button of subscribe.
Subscribe that for us, bro.
Yeah.
And ring the bell.
Ring the bell at the bottom. It's somewhere around here.
Whenever we drop one, straight away we'll be there. You'll be like, yeah, Blazing Fire is here for me.
Just dropping another
Alright. But before we continue, just to remind you, my name is Albert.
My name is Mac.
And my name is Izzy.
Alright. Today's topic is about unity.
Unity.
What does the word unity mean to you, Mark? What does it mean to you, Ace? What does it mean to
you,
Albert?
Yeah.
And what does it mean to you who you are watching?
Alright, cool.
Alright, let's knock it off, Ace.
Alright, so unity to me means like a group of people coming together to unite over something. It could be like Blazing Fire, for instance. That's our unit. That's our unity for us to like kind of come together and share our stories, our knowledge to the people who are watching, and also to us as friends here, because we usually like learn from one another. And also another thing, unity to me is like when your mind is aligned with somebody else's visions. That's unity. And for instance, like when I make film, I have to make sure my vision is aligned to somebody else, and that will unite that vision. And also some people, they kind of like make it complex with the politics and the religion and all of those things, even like tribes. But for me, I just kind of take it and give it a birth to humanity. If only humanity can unite through whatever that might be, through love, through work, through relationships, and also through family. Families need to unite more than ever before, and also friends need to unite. So that's unity for me.
That was good.
Like, I don't know.
I don't even know how to follow that. Now we have to beat that.
I know.
You have to beat that.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Because the word unity to me, it means to be amongst the people that have the same vision as yourself, and to be able to work as a collective, because the collaborative work is what the unity is. And also, if you move into the community, sometimes the people that you are a lot more united are the people that outside of your community, even though it's not knocking on saying that how you can never be friend with the people within your community. But it's just, there's so many ways that you can be united with your fellow humans. And every time I look the way the world is going, we just need to sometimes just stop and hug one another, and just say a kind word to a person. Yeah, even just say that, can you pull down your mask and just let me see you smile? Yeah. That thing can actually change a person's perspective or a way, or if that person was going through a bad day, that thing can actually unite you guys, just that little bonding. So that's the word unity to me.
This good, man.
That's good. That's good.
Oh wow, man! I wish like if people could just do that. Yeah. What about for you, my man?
Ooh, now the pressure is on, huh? They have taken all the good words, so now I have to find another words, But for me, the word unit just means exactly most of the words you already mentioned, working together and supporting each other. Like in family, some people say family is unit, but in family we have conflicts, So for me, if I don't connect with my family member or for whatsoever reason, that's not a unity there. You have conflict going on. But for me, the word unit means, in other words, family, because meaning you unite, you think alike, you supporting each other, you doing everything for each other. If I fall down, you're there to pick me up. If you fall down, I'm there to pick you up, and that means we are uniting, we are building something forward rather than together. Yeah, exactly. So. But most of the words, like I said, you guys have already used them. I don't want to repeat them. So,
and for you, man, like you got to think about what unity means for you, just as an individual or as a family or as friend. And also, as Mike said, like if you just like see someone and you just say, hey, I really appreciate your smile, or even like call a family member and say, how are you? Those can like literally unite and also heal those broken moments, what I mean, within the family unit.
Exactly. That's perfect. Wow. So now, what I wanna know is like, what are some things we can do to build, or to achieve, unity in within ourselves, within our environment. Could be a community, could be a society, could be workplace, or anywhere, just your environment. What can we do to achieve unity?
Wow.
And that goes to you. What can we do?
That goes, it's all, we're all included.
I don't know why I have to go first in those times.
I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to.
All right. Okay, so during the hard lockdown last year, and I know a lot of people went through a lot. Went through difficulties. Some people went through depression. Some people, I don't know, but literally, I spent a lot of time at home, and then try to figure out what can I do, because I never sit in one place, never been still, never been forced to stay home. But during the lockdown, I started to go for a walk. I started to actually listen to the nature. I started to listen to my own heartbeat. I started to know a lot of stuff about myself, that I was afraid of, like kind of speaking. And then I started to literally be honest to myself, be united with myself, and also be open with myself, and never be afraid to actually find something. And then I'm like, you know what? All right, so I'm united now with myself, and I really appreciate myself. I really love myself, and if I don't care for myself, I'm not gonna care for nobody. I'm not gonna care for my friends. I'm not gonna care for my family. I'm not even gonna care for my work. No matter of fact, I'm not even gonna care for anything. But since that time, I started to care so much about what I do as an individual, and also for my family and for my friends. And I started to keep the circle very, very close. And I'm like, man, that circle is very unite, and I'm not gonna let it go. So just literally digging within myself and find what I really wanna do and be united with myself. So that's for me.
Man. I think next question I'll have to go first, because these guys are knocking out all the big words,
Because when you the way to achieve unity, or to achieve self-revelations, revealing things for yourself in a way that you just have to tune within. And through lockdown, I actually learned so much about who I was, and also who I am as a person, because there are some things that I didn't know that I can actually do. Like, for example, is like my writing pattern has actually went a lot more faster, because remember, back then it used to take me a while to actually develop a story. But if you give me a story right now, like a title, by an hour later, I think I'll give you like an actual body structure of the story. And the lockdown, so throughout lockdown, I've been like, all I've been doing is just write, read books, read books. And also throughout, the self, work, as I was working on myself, I started to learn so much about the outside of the universe. And I was actually, I started to follow the stars, when the conjunction happened, December 21st in 2020. And it became so much, the clarity of what you can actually achieve when you actually turn within. You start to learn so much about the outside, and so I followed the conjunction, and then when it happened, actually watched the full, like the whole, when it came to fruition, and wow, self-unity.
Self-unity, I love that, man.
Self-unity, self-united,
wow.
That's very important, because if we are, let's say we unite ourselves, and then we'll be able to unite others. But if you can't unite yourself, you can't find inner you, and then how do you expect to find inner someone else?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. How can you?
How can you? So,
Everybody's dropping knowledge. Some technology, some new technology.
blazing.
Yeah.
But anyway, like for me, you know, again comes back to self, you know. Achieving unity is all about, you know, finding yourself, like I just said, and then what I did also throughout the lockdowns and the pandemic is, you know, I used the time actually to learn about myself and find about myself, and then also think about, you know, throughout the life, we have all done it possible, or you have done it out there. If you haven't, and then you must be amazing. Is, you know, we like when problems arise, we like pointing fingers. Sometimes we don't think twice about what's actually behind the reason that someone might be wrong 100%. I mean, let's say 99%, but there's always that 1% that's actually you that causes it. So sometimes, instead of rather blaming people or pointing fingers all the time, you need to find that 1%, or if it's more percentage you have contributed towards whatever the reason,
cause,
whatever the cause was, and then try analyze it and be like, where did I go wrong? You know, where did I go wrong? How can I fix it next time? How can I? So the moment you start actually thinking about how I in certain things, and then you put it out there, okay, we, and then that's when you actually find yourself uniting, and that's where you also become what I call a true leader, because then you'll start, you know, involving everyone, thinking about as a whole rather than I, because already, you know, you're gonna take time and analyze yourself and think about, okay, what did I do wrong there? What didn't I do? What did I need to do there to avoid this, that? And then once you're done with that, and then you'll be like, what could we have done?
Exactly.
As a
Bigger
team,
circle.
rather than being like, you're the one, you know, who messed up, you know. So I took time during pandemic to do that, you know. Thought about all the other issues, you know, where I've faced in my life, you know. So I needed to find, you know, myself. So where we just started, you know, breaking down things, and I was like, you know, here was definitely my fault. You know, if I did this, I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be here. So like throughout the pandemic, pretty much, you know, I used it to find self-unity. You know, finding myself and then uniting myself with myself. Because sometimes, you know, you think you're being yourself, but you end up doing things to impress others. Yet you're hurting yourself. And then throughout the pandemic, I started doing things for myself. I was like, you know what? Actually, I need to stop being a yes person all the time. You know, I need to start saying no. If I feel like I don't have time for this, or I can't do this, I can't do that, I need to be no. Where I feel like I can do it, or I have the passion or unit for it, and then I'll be like, I can do it. So pretty much.
I think you're right, man. Because again, man, energy is supposed to be transferred into a currency. You know what I mean? Exactly. And then if you can't find the currency for it, try to find self-unity for you. You know what I mean? And just take a time for yourself, man. That's the only way.
Yeah, and also go with the self-humility. You have to be humble with everything that you do. It doesn't mean that if you take time for yourself, you're being selfish. No, it's taking time to actually just work on your energy, work on some things that don't align with your inner self. And that's when you be like, today, let me just take a moment. Even like, I would throw out a challenge out there. Like if you can just sit in your room, just turn up all of the light and just sit in the center of your room and just trying to listen to your chat, like just listen to your heartbeat or listen to your whole body. This is how you learn to turn within, and you learn about yourself a lot more. And that's that thing, when you start to learn about who you are it will actually start to reflect. Yeah, and people will see a lot more changes in you and be like, there's something different about this person. Yeah, but it's just because you're learning about yourself.
Well, so that's
exactly right.
So for you out there, or for us here too, how can you achieve unity within yourself, within your environment? Just take a split second, think about it. Sometimes, you might hear it quickly and be like, I know this question, doesn't mean whatever. But the moment actually you take split second just to think deep into it, you find yourself actually realizing that, wow, I've never thought about it this way. So our challenge out there for you, not even challenge, is, just you.
Possible, listen to yourself. Listen to yourself.
But the other thing I want to also know with us and with all of you out there,
Blazers,
all of you blazers out there, thank you, is, what are the strengths, of being united, like of unity, when you're united. What, strengths, can we, strengths out there of being, united. I mean, how could you go, man? This time I wanna go fast before they take out all the big ones. First I'm gonna talk about self, unity. The strength of self-unity, I guess, makes you realize of, helps you find out self-love, finds out, the moment you actually think of yourself, I know this, I know that, and this, you start, to, if you're united within yourself, you start to love yourself, you start to have time for yourself, you start to respect yourself. So for me, for self-love, it brings in self-development, You find yourself from, today you might, be low here, but then the more you start thinking about actual self-unity and all that, you might find yourself even developing more. You start opening up your mind, So that is for self-development for me, That's the strength of being, united or having a self-unity. It's for development, self-development. And then for a group, it's also for development as a group. For example, us here, the Blazing Fire. We came all together, we connected, we had that unity, we sat together, we just literally brainstormed about the podcast in about 3 hours, 4 hours.
Maybe less, man.
Maybe even less. And then from there, we had that unity connection, and then all that, out of nowhere, we developed as a team, as a group.
I think just to mention something, I think it started when you did the WhatsApp group. The WhatsApp group. And you're like, start with initiative. So that was one of it as well.
So you see, again, these are the small true example here. We took, let's say, I'm the one who started the WhatsApp group, but we took initiative of starting a group of our own. But you see, I didn't even think about that in deep. And I forgot about that. And yet, that's actually a big contribution to the team.
To this one,
So that's what I mean. There are things out there you're actually doing that you're not realizing that you're actually being really creative and positive in other ways.
And giving effects.
So, how about you? What are the strengths of being, that, or strengths that mean to you or in yourself?
So with this one, I'm actually going to go outside of self
there you go.
unity. So I'm going to go with the because I'm going to deal with the community. So the key word here is we.
We.
So because you can never do something, or you can never have a self-development without a group behind you. It could be your parents, it could be your big brothers or your big sisters, because the unity that you have, or the people that are backing you up, those are
Not even mentioning friends too.
yeah, the friends.
Yeah.
So those are the those are the people that actually see the development and also bring you up to the person that you should be, or the person that you're meant to be. Yeah. So with this and also with the community as well, one thing that we should do as whether we're part of like right here right now, this trio is a part of a community. And also at the same time, we are leading in a different ways, whether you be doing something, whether you be leading as a soccer coach, or whether you be a film director, or whether you be a writer. With all of these things, those are we all have our own fields of doing something or bringing something to the community. So I think what we should be doing, or what the community, or what the strength that make a great community, is the collaboration within young, grown, and also the elders, because the elders pass on the knowledge to the young, and also the family within, or the young one, or the people that are in the midway. Those are the one that breaching the gap, to the young one and also to the elders. So you guys are the I don't have the word here for now, but I will get the word very soon. So we just need to have that to be able to build a strong community. You just need to be able to put our ego aside and put I aside, and let's just have we centered and just work together.
Strength.
Strength is we. Together together is more stronger than just being a one person sort
There's
of.
a thing, a term that says 2 heads are better than 1 head.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing, speaking of community, just to add quickly, is, where we come from culturally, we are actual community kid. If I have my kid, for example, my daughter is actually a community kid. That's not just only my daughter. Meaning, anyone in the community who sees my daughter do something wrong somewhere, or something great somewhere, they're actually allowed to, give her advice, discipline her, or whatever way that works, So, that's, community, unity,
So, the unity,
For me, the strength would be education, man. Yeah, whether it's architect or builder or cleaner or a nurse, you still got the strength. But also, if you kind of dim yourself, as I was saying before, that's not your strength. And there's a lot of our brothers and sisters who are afraid to find their strength outside. So I've been reading this book from Carl Jung, and there's a part where he says that if you dream outside, you are dreaming. But if you're dreaming within, you are living. You know what I mean? So for people out there, you have to dream within, not outside. And again, man, to just kind of finish it off, the strength is education. Develop your mind and create awareness around you, around your surrounding, around your community, around the society that you live in.
Yeah, can I just say something? The word science is actually mean to know. So don't be let down by saying, I don't know much. No, and also because sometimes when you feel like you don't know much, that's when you actually realize you know a lot, but not so much, So because the big-headed people are the ones that say that, I know so much. But and then you realize people that say that they know so much, those are the ones that actually are the people that have no idea what they know. So use the word science as to know, because don't try to be scared by, being a scientist. So.
Well, that's it. That's good, guys. So to add on what they said, I add 2 things. One is you have a potential to contribute something to yourself, to the community you are in, environment, we all have the potential to contribute something.
Yes.
Like as you said, it's whether you're a teacher, whether you're a cleaner, you
Nurse.
are still contributing something to the community where you live, the environment where you are, whether it's within yourself or the environment. And the other thing is, there's always room to learn. Never say I know too much. There's always room to learn. That's all I can say.
All right.
But which now brings me to, everything has advantage and disadvantage. So never think everything you do is only positive. No.
Yeah, we just
You can be the president or the best leader in the community or whatever, but there's always something small that is a bit negative.
Yes.
So which comes to what is the weakness, weakness of not being united. What are the weaknesses if we are not being united? What?
Well, there's a lot of weaknesses, man. You know what I mean?
Them out. Bring some out.
There's a lot of weaknesses. Well, I'm not gonna say the community. Like I've got my own weakness, so I'll start with myself. I've got my own weakness where sometimes I feel like I want to be home. I just want to drink. I just want to kind of relax, and I just don't want to care about anybody else but myself, which is really, really awesome. But again, that's a weakness as well. To be able to say, oh, you know what? I'd rather just drink but not read a book. That's a weakness. And then I don't find any strength within drinking. And I don't find any power within it. But only the happiness that will just goes off within a couple of hours, and that's about it. So to me, that's a weakness. And also the next day when I wake up, I don't feel too well. So I can't really do much. So that's a weakness. And then if I kind of like take all of these weaknesses away and try to bring it out and try to help my family first. For instance, my little brother, take him for soccer or just go to basketball or something like that. That's become a strength. So us as an individual, we do have weaknesses and a strength, and that could be a condition that the society just kind of gave us, or that's the way we kind of chose. So it depends on how you make your weakness as a strength. And I do well with my weakness. I make it very, very strengthful and very, very joyful. And also, man, you gotta take a couple of beers, man.
Yeah.
You gotta take a couple of beers.
That's it. Well, that's a good one. We all have, weaknesses of not being united within ourselves, like, you mentioned.
Yeah.
And then for me, another, if I can say one about self, self-unity, another weakness is not appreciating yourself. Always putting yourself down, thinking about yourself in a negative way. That's a big weakness for self-unity and self-development,
I agree with you.
We gotta stop doing that, We gotta stop, anything small you do, you gotta appreciate it, And one thing, I don't know if you guys have told you guys, one of my motto or whatever of life is, I always tell myself, or some people who know me out there, possibly have heard this word, is I always say, as long as I'm breathing, I'll make it where I want to be.
Repeat that again.
As long as I'm breathing, like right now, I can make whatever I want to be. Whether I want to be a doctor, whether I'm even 60, as long as I'm breathing, you can still achieve it. You can achieve anything you want as long as you're breathing. What I mean by that is we have lost people in the family. They are no longer with us, which means they're no longer breathing. They're no longer able to achieve what they want to achieve. But us, we are still here breathing, talking, meaning you can achieve anything you want to achieve as long as you're still breathing. And then the other thing with the community, the weakness, back to community, the group or the environment we are in, the weakness of not being united. One thing I see is, discouraging each other. For example, here, three of us and with all of you out there who are blazing, we are blazing, but then there's always that one person who is not happy with what you're doing, who's trying to be like, hey, so and so thing there, this or whatever. There's always, so the more actually we keep doing that, the more we actually not being united. We're not having that unity.
That's where the weakness comes in.
That's where the weakness comes in. But rather than that, we need to start, encouraging each other, supporting each other, get behind your friend, your brothers, your community, support them. That avoids that kind of weakness, But I'm not going to talk about all the weaknesses, because, Mark is here waiting eagerly, being like, I hope he's not going to say this word. I hope he's not going to say that word.
It's all right, I got you, bro. It's all good.
Yeah,
because I'll start with the community, because one of the things that we're doing, we have so many entrepreneurial people in our community that they work too hard to make their own product. And then the only thing that we do is actually get our money and then go and spend it in a different community. And then we leave our brothers, sisters, mothers dry. They have a shop, which we could have just go there and spend that dollar in there and say, hey, I know the product at the moment is in work in progress to perfection, but I'm gonna spend this dollar, but make sure next time when I come, the product has upgraded to the next level because I want to see you succeed. Why can't we have that in our community where we support each other? And that is one of the things, that is one of our community weaknesses that we have. We don't support each other. And also, because one of the other things as well, we borrow too much. Yeah, we borrow because if I see a brother having a shop or someone having a shisha shop, all we have to do is come and just like, hey man, let me have it, and then I'll pay you next week. That thing, that mentality, we need to actually, because we're in a Western world now, where because if I go to the shop, I'm not gonna walk out with anything unless I have to pay it. So why can't we have the same mentality to supporting a brother? Because we have a couple of brothers and sisters that have a clothing line. Why can't we be like, oh, since you have a clothing line, let me wear it, I will pay. Just tell me, even though if you gave it for free just for the for the promotion, I'm gonna put it out there, and also let me buy a second pair so I can actually show my support. So we need to support each other, business-wise, and also when it comes to education as well. We need to have one of those reading classes that we can run in our community just to bring up our young one, because with every community out there, they have there's always a second, they have two tutors, you have your main school teacher, and then they have a second teacher at home that when their children come home, they will teach their children, which is something that hopefully is quite low in the African community. And that is why I'm saying this. Let's have this, because if we have brothers that are out there that have, whether you have a degree or diploma, and there's a student in African community that need that help or need that push, why can we have to stay back in our classes and be like, hey, let me stay back, and then talk to the dean or to the university lecturers and be like, hey, I can help them achieve their goals. So
I'm sure there's some people out there, doing it. But we need more.
Yeah,
we need more of you guys to support, to help, to encourage. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. So and sometimes I have my own weaknesses where because I always tune in to not, because this is not to brag, because I got so much to give to the world, but sometimes I always tune in to say that who's going to listen to me. So this is one of my biggest weaknesses that I see, because I always say that who's going to listen to me? Who's out there to listen? Who's going to
we're listening, man.
Listen to me? So
we're listening, man.
We're listening.
Blazing fires there, I'm listening too.
Yeah.
That's
So
the thing,
let's support each other and be strong whenever you support. And also, if you buy a product from a brother and you know that product is not well developed, always give feedback. Please give feedback
That
to
will
your community.
strengthen our community.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also be ready to receive the feedback. You know, for us, for example, for you blazers out there, we are welcoming any kind of question and feedbacks. Because for us to develop, we need some feedbacks. Whether it's positive, negative, we need them, and then we take them on board.
Precisely.
If we don't take it on board to develop more, and then it's our problem. You have done your job to develop us.
Thank you.
You are being united with us, a unity, which is good. So, but anyway, that was it for the episode 2.
Oh my goodness, congrats, man.
So,
Congrats.
yeah, well done. Right. Come on, well done, guys. Brothers,
All right.
blazers, thank you.
Sweet.
So, any
I just
What's
want to
up?
say,
last words?
I just want to say thank you for watching episode 1 and give us your feedback, and also watch episode 2. Again, from those feedbacks, now we had to make it very, very short. We just want to say, make sure you subscribe, ring that bell for more videos. All right, we gotta go out. So until next time, my name is Ez.
Mac, and the word of wisdom: know thyself.
No?
Know thyself.
Wow. I can't even repeat that. That's a big word, But thank you all. Thank you for tuning in. And we are always here blazing.